Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Debbie, and if you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Click that button down below and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. So today's look, it is on this one right here. Super excited because you guys, it is officially fall and I'm so happy. You guys have no idea, I'm a big fall lover. I love the change in color, I love the change in like weather, love the fashion, and I just love the makeup that you can create for fall time. Like I love smoky eyes. It's just more, I don't know, it's just more sultry, more smoky, more sexy. I don't know, can't explain it. It's just, yeah, that's it. It's just more sexy in my opinion, and I just love it. I love the bold dark lips. Even though I don't have one on right now, you definitely swap this nude for a bold dark lip. But nonetheless, everything about it is something that I love and enjoy. My one thing that I want to be able to do starting off this fall time is creating more videos on different things, like maybe clothing hauls, different accessories, different things like that. If you guys are cool with that, leave me a comment down below. Actually, don't even leave me a comment down below unless you want to, but give this video a thumbs up right now if you guys are looking forward to that type of stuff on my channel, as well as makeup looks, because you guys, I can't like stop doing makeup looks. I love makeup. Makeup is my thing. I love it. So much fun. And yeah, so if you guys want to see how I came up with this look and what products I used, then just keep on watching. Alright you guys, so I'm super excited to get this video started. I picked out one of my favorite Morphe palettes, you guys, and I'm so excited to show you guys which one that is. This one is the Morphe Boss Mood palette. This is the 35M. I'm going to show you in case you guys forgot what it looks like, but it's this one right here. This is actually one of my favorite fall palettes because it has all of these beautiful browns and greens and purples and oranges, and it's just, you can create so many looks with this one palette, and I'm going to show you guys a beautiful fall look today. So, as you can see, I have, well, I'm trying to put this palette down, but as you can see, I have my brows already filled in, and I'm going to go right in and prep my eyes. So my eyelids, I'm going to go in with the NYX Full Coverage Concealer in the shade Beige. You guys, I was totally obsessed with this a while back, and I completely forgot about it, but I'm so happy that I got it back out of my, you know, my vanity and all that stuff, out of my like drawers. It's been in there hiding, and I completely forgot about it, had it abandoned, and now it's out, and I honestly can't put it down. It's one of the best eyeshadow bases that's very affordable, because I feel like this is very comparable to the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. It's just so good. It really helps conceal any of those like veins and stuff like that. It helps conceal anything that you have going on, and it just blends really nicely. And it has a very similar, maybe a little creamier of a consistency, not as maybe drying as the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. So if you feel like that's a little drying, I feel like this one may work a little bit better for you, because it has a little bit more of that extra, like, I don't know, creamy type of texture, I guess. Well, consistency. So I definitely feel like this is really good, and like I said, it does the job. And you guys, it is super duper inexpensive, and I love it. It doesn't dry out. I've had this for a while and it hasn't dried out, and like I said, I haven't used it in a while, so it was really nice to see that it was still like pretty creamy and all that stuff. So now I'm gonna grab my Rimmel Stay Matte Pressed Powder, and you guys already know I love to set my base, especially when I go in with a concealer or anything at all, just so when I go in with shadow, it doesn't slip around everywhere and it's not patchy, you know? So for today's look, like I said, I'm going to do something super fall. I'm going to do something smoky, something colorful, something that I have just been dying to do. So starting off with, I think I'm going to go in with this shade first. I just need to look for my brush. This one is the JH32, and I'm going to grab this shade right here. I'm gonna grab Fired Up, which is this shade right here. It's, yes, an orangey shade, and you guys know, this definitely is a beautiful fall color. Orange is definitely one of those colors that you see throughout the fall time, especially when you see the leaves changing and all that good stuff. So I'm going to be using this as my transition / crease color. I'm kind of feeling a cut crease today. I don't know, but we're gonna see where we go with this. But I'm starting off with this pretty orangey shade, and I'm going to blend that out super well because I don't want this to be super intense, but I definitely want this color to show in the eye look. So I'm just gonna blend until your girl cannot blend no more. So I think that's as far as I'm gonna go with this color because I'm gonna go in with more. So I'm gonna go and do the other side right now. So if you see this right here, like it's super, pretty much like the shadow just like concentrated in that one area, just don't worry, you didn't mess up already. Just blend it out. I know I get a couple people like ask me like, I feel like, you know, when I applied the color and it's just in one spot. I'm like, no girl, I'm like, it's fine. Just blend it. Use a blending brush and just blend it out, soften it up, and it'll just blend out really nicely. But you gotta blend. Blending is key, and I say that all the time, just like you've heard, I'm sure so many people say the same thing. So that's what we got so far. Now what I'm gonna do is, I'm actually gonna grab a different brush. I'm gonna grab this Morphe M573, and I'm gonna go in with Red Carpet, which is this color right here. It's a little bit more of a brownie orange. And I'm gonna grab that shade, tap off any of the excess, and I'm just gonna concentrate this on the outer V, but also in the crease, because I wanna make sure that's nicely defined, but I also wanna make sure that this color is pretty much over the crease as well. So bring it up just a tad bit over the crease. You see that? And this is a really good brush to do that. So go in circular motion when you're in the crease. You want to make sure that this color is just as visible as that color you used in the transition area. You see that? Gorge. So you see the orange, and then you also see this really pretty brownie orange, which is gorgeous. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Just literally grab the brush and stick it into the socket and blend. And also blend it upwards, just like that. I'm going to grab a little bit more and just bring it up. You see? Just like that. Oh yes. And if you want to add a little bit more, go ahead. I'm going to grab that first brush that we used the orange shade with, and that's the shade Fired Up. So I'm going to grab a little bit more of that color. And, ooh, I think I dipped this into a different color. All right, so I'm going to grab Fired Up, and I'm just going to add a little bit more right above that color, just to make sure that it's still visible and it doesn't get lost in the mix, because you guys, that tends to happen, but that's okay, because you could always go right back in and put that color right back in the look. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually gonna grab this Sigma Small Tapered Blending E45 brush, And I'm gonna grab this color FOTD, which is this berry mauve tone here. Not mauve, but it's more of a berry tone. And I'm gonna grab that color and I'm going to apply that right here on the outer V, just to build up that dark intent, you know, darken it up, make it a little bit more smoky. You see that? And these colors look so nice together because, again, these colors are the ones that you see during the fall time. So it looks so good. And don't worry if you get it literally like on the lid, because I think I'm gonna cut the crease today. I feel like I want to do a nice cut crease. All right, so now I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, because everything you do on one side, you want to make sure the other side matches nicely. So I'm literally grabbing the shade and the brush because it has a nice little tip on it, and we're concentrating that as well onto the crease. So I'm going back and forth in windshield wiper motion, and it's giving it some definition. You see that? It looks so good, and you can literally like pack on the color with this brush and blend it. Perfect. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually gonna grab a darker color and just intensify it. So I'm gonna grab this shade right here called Power Slayer, which is a nice purpley plum-ish color, and I'm going to apply that right there on the outer V, right over the last berry color. And I'm just going to blend that out with the brush. I'm going to grab a little bit more and apply it on this side as well. And we're just concentrating this on the outer V and also applying it into the crease for some definition. See that? Ooh, love. I'm going to add a little bit more because why not? I want to make sure this is really dark and intense. Pack that on over here again. Oof, love it. And don't worry, you guys, blend it outwards, because what we're going to do anyway is we're going to use the concealer to clean that out. So just if you want to go outwards, just blend it out and we'll fix it after. So don't worry about being super precise. Just keep doing it. I'm also going to grab a little bit of Transformer, which is this deeper purple. It's kind of more on the, I don't know, it kind of looks like, I don't know, like a really cool purple, kind of hint of blue, but I'm hoping that it just comes out. I don't want to use black, so I figured this color right here would be the better option instead of going in with a black, just to keep the vibe going, you know, with the purples and the oranges and stuff. You know, I'm not really ready to go in with a black, not yet. I feel like I'm getting what I want. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to grab the brush, the Morphe M573 brush, which is the color that we use to apply into that crease. And with no additional product, I'm just using that to blend. Just blend whatever we have going on, just like that. And I honestly didn't even have to blend anything because I feel like that Sigma brush blended everything out super nicely. So now you guys, I am actually going to grab a little bit more of that concealer and this flat shader brush, and I'm going to cut the crease. So just grabbing a little bit of this, or as much as you feel like you need, carve out the lid. Super slowly, take your time, don't go fast, especially if you're not sure of how to do this. Just go, take your time. Nobody's rushing you. And I'm not gonna do the whole lid, I'm just gonna go at least maybe halfway, maybe a little bit past halfway. Like that. You see that? And maybe bring it even a little bit in, just like that. That's perfect, actually, right there. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so that's what I have going on right now. I feel like I went a little bit over on this side, but don't worry, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that Sigma brush once again, and whatever's on the brush, I'm just going to blend so it looks like it's gradually like a nice gradient effect. Do you see that? You see? Just like that. So it doesn't look harsh or anything like that. So it looks like it's just nicely moving on to the next color, like blending right in with that color. You see that? Which is really nice. It doesn't look harsh. You see that? So for the eyelid, you guys, I am going to go in with this beautiful, beautiful green color. I'm going to grab this JH41 brush, and I think I'm going to grab Stroke of Luck. No, I'm going to grab this shade right here, Stroke of Luck, which is this green shade here. And I'm going to apply that right on the lid, pack it on right onto that concealer. And as you can see, it looks like it's nicely, you know, transitioning into the next color, which is super gorgeous and is exactly what I was going for. So just apply that right, well, pack it on right on top of that concealer, right there on the lid. And also use the brush to blend that into the next color, just like that. There you go. Now with that same brush, that JH41, I am gonna go in with Bold Moves, because you guys know I love a nice shimmer onto the eye. So I'm just gonna like go over that shade with this color. If you feel like you need to spray the brush to get a little bit more of that shimmer to pop, then do so, because that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. So I'm just gonna grab anything. I'm gonna grab this right here. This is my L'Oreal Lumi Dew Mist Spray. So I'm just gonna spray the brush just a little bit, just like that. And I'm gonna go right back into that color, Bold Moves, which is super pretty, you guys. I definitely feel like if you spray the brush, you're gonna get way more of a better result than without spraying the brush. Ooh, yes. You see that? There you go. That's what I want. That is what you guys want to see. And that's exactly why you need to spray the brush. You see that? Gorgeous. Oh, yes! I love it. It looks so good. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back in with that M573, and I'm just going to blend everything here together. I don't have anything on the brush. It's whatever was left from the last time I used it. And I just want to use this brush to soften everything up, make everything look super blended and flawless looking. You see that? You don't want to add any more unless you really want to, but I feel like what I have going on is perfect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just clean up the, just clean up the edges of the eyes and stuff, and go in with some lashes. And when I come back, we will finish off the rest of the face. All right, you guys, so I'm back. As you can see, I have my lashes on, and I also added a little bit of a wing liner because I felt like this look with these lashes and such a bold look required like a nice liner. So I went in with the liquid liner from Kat Von D, which is this one right here in the shade Trooper. And now we're gonna move on to the face. So now I'm gonna prime it with the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. Haven't used this one in a little bit, and I actually did like this primer. It has like a sticky feel to it when you apply it, which is going to help the foundation adhere to it and help last all day or longer than what it should. So, oh my god, it just literally like feels like glue. But it smells really nice. It smells pretty good. It's like a Jolly Rancher kind of. I'm actually gonna go in with a little bit of this e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer just on the areas where I have my visible pores. So I'm just gonna pack that in just like that because I don't want to disturb the other primer. And I'm just gonna go right on top. Just like that. And both of these, you guys, are really great primers. I feel like they're actually dupes for higher end primers. So this one I feel like is a dupe for the Milk Jelly Primer. I think that one is what it is. I have it. It's the grip one. And this one right here is very similar to, what is the other one? The crap, I can't remember, but it's also a dupe for another face primer. But anyway, I'm gonna go in with the L'Oreal Infallible foundation. This one is in the shade 475, and that one is Sun Beige. So I'm gonna use my Real Technique sponge to blend out wow, I'm so out of it, the foundation. So I'm just gonna blend it all over. Also, don't forget to get your ears. I don't have any earrings on, so it's a lot easier to get my ears in there. I'm gonna add a little bit more to the sponge, just a little bit, literally the tiniest bit, just to blend whatever I can onto the forehead, just to make sure everything gets at least one coat, you know what I mean? I'm definitely gonna have to go in with some concealer to conceal the under eye and maybe brighten up a little bit on the face. So now that the foundation is done, I am gonna go in with the Catrice Liquid Camouflage High Concealer, which is this one here. This one is in the shade Nude Beige, which is number 32. I actually really like Catrice's concealer. It blends out super nicely and it has amazing coverage. It does have like a perfumey type of scent, but it's not super strong. I'm going to add a little bit on the chin, a little bit on the forehead, and as you saw on the bridge of the nose. I'm going to grab my Real Technique sponge and blend the concealer out. And this is going to help conceal those dark circles. I think I said that before, but if I didn't, it's gonna help conceal that and help brighten up. That I definitely said. So, and this is really, really good coverage. So the amount that I used is the perfect amount. It wasn't too much and it wasn't too little. And it's gonna help conceal all those areas that you need to correct. And I'm gonna just blend it out on the forehead as well. Don't worry if it looks a little messy. We're gonna use, you know, other products to blend it out as well. What I like to do on the inner part of the eye, because the sponge is so big that I can't really get into the inner corners, and I just like to also go in with this brush here. This one is from BH Cosmetics, and this is just going to help blend out right here where the sponge did not fit, you know, those little nicks and crannies. And just blend it out. Did my lash just come off? No, it did not. Okay. I was about to say, I gotta apply more glue. Okay. So that's what we have going on right now. Now I'm gonna go in with another concealer for bronzing. So this is the L'Oreal Infallible concealer in the shade Cocoa. I'm actually going to, I've been loving this technique, grabbing my brush. This has been my contouring brush. This is the Sigma Angled Kabuki F84. I like to just apply the product directly onto the brush and just grab the brush and just, I think this is too high, but this is going to help blend the product and not make it look super duper harsh. So don't worry about that. We can always go in and just blend it out. I feel like that's a little high, but do not worry. We're gonna blend that out. See, this is why it's good to see like little mistakes, because if people make mistakes on videos and keep it super like honest and all that, you can definitely get real tips on how to correct these issues. Like if, say, like for this, for example, I went a little higher than expected. So I'm going to grab my Real Technique sponge, and this is gonna soften it up, as you can see. But I can also go in with a little bit more concealer, which is exactly what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna blend that out. You see that? You see how crazy I look right now? Don't worry. I'm going to correct that real quick. So going in with a little bit more concealer right here. I'm gonna grab the sponge, and that's what we're gonna do. Blend it out, blend it out. And I don't want to focus it too much on the under eye. I just want to make sure that this softens up and it doesn't look super dark. You see that? You can also go in with some foundation instead of some concealer, but I figured I would go in some concealer instead. You see that? And when it comes down to this, don't worry about it. If you brought it too low, we can fix that as well. So I just want to make sure everything is blended as much as possible. I know that I really kind of like screwed up just now, but we are going to get back to what we want. And you can always grab the concealer and literally like cut it and blend down. And apply it going down just like that. And that's basically just reverse contouring. So we're just going to clean this up. And like I said, you can always use a foundation right back in there. But I used this, and I'm just gonna go right back and do this. And you see that? Boom. Corrected. No worries. We're good to go. You see? That's what we fixed. We went from looking all crazy all over the place to looking super airbrushed, super perfect. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go in and set my under eye, of course, because that is super duper important. I'm actually gonna go in with my Coty Airspun powder for my under eye today, just to switch it up. I like this one, and I love my RCMA powder. You guys know I always use it. Just know that this one is scented. The other one's not. And that is what that's looking like. What I also like to do is I like to take something super, super like fine, with a fine tip, like this sponge from Morphe. And I'm going to literally apply this right there, and that's gonna help give you a nice clean look. So we're baking. You guys know that. You guys know the terms. So we're just gonna bake, but I also don't like to leave it on for too much, because I don't want to feel dry, you know. Oh, this popped. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to grab a little bit of my bronzer. I'm going to grab this one from Hoola, the Benefit bronzer, and I'm just going to apply a little bit just to set the outer perimeter and everywhere that I bronzed up with that concealer, just like that. And I'm also going to apply a little bit on the nose, just like that, just like that. Pinch the brush. Okay, just like that. And in a little bit, I'm going to just remove the powder, but for right now, I'm just gonna leave it as is. Now what I'm gonna do is I am going to go back into the eyes real quick with the palette. And yes, that same palette, I'm going to grab the orangey shade, which is Fired Up, which is this orangey one right here, with a pencil brush from BH Cosmetics. I'm going to run that right here on the lower lash line, just like that. You see that? And I'm also going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to grab a little bit of Red Carpet, which is this other brownie orange terracotta type of shade. Go right over that color. Blend it out. I'm also going to grab a little bit of the purple. I'm going to go in with the berry first. So with the same brush, I just cleaned it off a little bit. I'm going to apply that right here on the outer V. Just focus that right there. Same thing on this side. And then I'm going to go in with Power Slayer, which is this deeper plummy shade. And blend halfway through the lower lash line. You see that? And that is what we have going on. I'm going to grab a brush just to blend out the bottom. Where is this brush? I have so many brushes in here that I'm just like, all right. This is the M562 for Morphe, and I'm just going to blend everything out from the lower lash line. And it's going to look well, super blended, super blown out. It's just perfect. I'm also going to grab a little bit of this color here. This one is called Pop Star, and I'm going to apply that color right on the inner corner right here, because you guys know that I love a nice inner corner pop of color, or anything that's just going to make that inner corner pop, you know. And this color is beautiful for the inner corner and the whole look that we have going on. You see that? I'm just going in heavy with this color because it's just so pretty. Look at that. I'm also going to grab a little bit of this color right here, Light of the Party, and I'm just going to grab the brush right here. It's like a flat brush, and I'm going to grab this color right here, Light of the Party, and I'm just going to use this color to highlight the brow bone, just like that. Just to highlight it a bit. You see that? Perfect. It's subtle, but it does give it a nice little pop on the brow bone. And if you feel like you need to blend that out, just grab the brush, any brush, maybe like a nice clean brush. So I'm just going to grab this clean blending brush, and I'm just going to just make sure you blend that out so it looks seamless and it doesn't look like you just put a color right under the brow bone, you know what I mean? And it just looks like a line. So now that that's done, I'm gonna go in and just remove the powder. Do the same thing on this side. Just gonna blend in circular motion just so we don't see that straight line that we did to clean it up. See that? And also that's gonna help the makeup last. So that's also a really nice thing. Now for highlighter, I am gonna go in with, I don't know, let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this palette here. This palette is the Anastasia of Beverly Hills. This is the, what is this? The Sun Dipped Glow Kit. So I love these highlighters, you guys. They are so great. I'm gonna grab Summer, even though it's not summer, and a little bit of Moonstone. So these two together, I am going to apply with this Milani All Over Blending Brush. It's a really nice highlight brush. Look at that. Oof, so pretty. And I'm just going to apply that right there. It kind of matches the brow bone color. Look at that. Didn't even like think of that, but it just, see how, you know, you just pick the right colors to go with the look. You see that? So good. I love it. I'm gonna add a little bit on the tip of the nose because, you know, we want to be like Rudolph, you know, the light focusing on the nose as always. Looks so good. Now for lips, you guys, I am gonna grab my lip liner from Milani, and I'm just going to, actually not Milani, from Rimmel. And I'm just gonna line my lips. Just like that. And I'm gonna grab this shade here from L'Oreal. This is All Out Pout. And I'm just going to apply that right on top. I'm gonna grab a little bit of this Essence lip gloss because I love a nice juicy lip. Alright, so now for lashes, I'm going to go in with this one from L'Oreal. This is the Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara. And I'm adding a little bit of this eyeliner from Rimmel. This is the shade Rich Brown. And now to finish off the look, I'm going to set my face with this L'Oreal Lumi Dewy Setting Spray. Alright guys, so this is the final look right here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I am super excited to continue on and creating more fall looks for you guys. If you guys want to see more looks with that palette or just more fall looks in general, give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, of course, if you haven't yet. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye!